Artificial Selection, presented by David R. Wood. Artificial Selection, AS. Quote, slow though the process of selection may be, if feeble man can do much by artificial selection, I can see no limit to the amount of change effected in a long course of time through nature's power of selection, that is, by the survival of the fittest. End quote. Charles Darwin, On the Origin of Species. In Charles Darwin's theory of natural evolution, artificial selection is a substitute mechanism for natural selection. Instead of natural selection, self-sorting species for existence or extinction, humans interfere intentionally to make the selection. This is also known as the process of selective breeding, in which humans selectively breed animals and plants. We do so to produce phenotypic traits beneficial to us, not necessarily beneficial to the organisms. This form of artificial selection has been practiced by Homo sapiens for thousands of years. Charles Darwin describes the process of selective breeding in his book, On the Origin of Species, as follows. Quote, in Saxony, the importance of the principle of selection in regard to merino sheep is so fully recognized that men follow it as a trade. The sheep are placed on a table and are studied, like a picture by a connoisseur. This is done 3 times at interval of months, and the sheep are each time marked and classed so that the very best may ultimately be selected for breeding. End quote. A key characteristic of artificial selection is that it accelerates the process of adaptation. This is due to Homo sapiens leveraging our imaginative capacity. We deliberately select organisms we think will accelerate the evolution of a species down a selected trajectory, one that will produce the phenotypic traits we are intending to create. Dog breeding is a great example of artificial selection. Our ancestors bred wolves using the process of artificial selection. Over thousands of years, we gradually domesticated some of the wolves. This drastically changed their behavior and appearance into a new species, dogs. To this day, dogs are still man's best friend.